Wow, the artist behind the Generation 8 starter Pokemon leak strikes again, this time with amazing updated reference material for the evolutions of their starter Fakemon. Yeah, that's how crazy things are right now, because after this post blew up on 4chan, blew up throughout the community, people didn't even care anymore. There was fan art being made of these Fakemon because they looked so good, and that's also what captivated people, that after what happened with the Alolan starter final evolutions, it makes anything possible. Now, I'm not using that as an excuse. You know, you can't say, oh, just because those are real, that means that anything could be real right now. It was posted on 4chan. There was a couple of other oddities that kind of didn't really give too much credibility, but at the end of the day, the artist understands Pokemon and did a lot of research. A lot of care went into the entire trio. A lot of care went into making this look as realistic as possible when it came to like any kind of concept art or reference material, and it got a lot of people until the next day when it was revealed by 50 Shades of Heliolisk to be fake. But I mean, it worked out, and I think the overall conclusion from a lot of people is Game Freak, hire this man, because that is some good art right there. And that's the thing, like, it's blown up so much that why not expand upon it? That we're not talking about a Fakemon or a leak or Generation 8 speculation. Now we're just in the appreciation of really good fan art, really good Fakemon, and I think that's a pretty cool topic for any kind of video, and then expands all the way. So since we're not here, I'm not here going to be like, oh man, I wish this bunny was a real Pokemon, or oh, this has to be real for Generation 8 because it feels like a Pokemon and it looks so cool. You know, I'm not here to play that emotional game right now for the potential of Generation 8. Now we can look at their designs and also their Pokedex entries. So 50 Shades of Heliolisk, trying to flesh out these Pokemon and make them as real as possible. That's what I love about all of this right here. So we have Muroom, the lemur Pokemon. The flower on top of its tail is the health of the Pokemon. More colorful and big it is, the higher the rank of the Pokemon will be in the group. Very nice. I also like this little part right there because I like when concept art also shows other Pokemon and lets you understand a little bit about how both Pokemon interact together. So we have this. We have the pre-evolution. The pre-evolution's name is Leafy, or Leave? It doesn't have the two E's, so I'm like trying to do the Eevee thing, but yeah, like we have Leave right here, and then that goes into Maroon, and yeah, it's like Leave's like, hey, I'm trying to take some berries, I want some berries and stuff, and then as it matures, it just becomes, it's not slothy because it's definitely like a lemur Pokemon, but it gets a lot more relaxed. It has like a lot more chill grass type Pokemon attitude about things, but it's also serious. It's like, no. I'm not going to like try to like get too aggressive about this, but we both know, just don't do that. So yeah, just kind of doing like the holding berries in detail and then having that flower blossom out, and then just going into this madness right here, and it looks like a really good Pokemon. Like if this was a Pokemon, I think it could work out pretty well. Maybe a little too over designed on the way like the vines and all that stuff work together, except that actually looks more like a vine whip instead of the actual Pokemon's design. So the raw design itself right here, again, maybe a little too many flowers, maybe a little too floral, but overall the rest of its design, it actually works out pretty well. Has that kind of skinniness that you see from Sentret, really works out as lemur Pokemon, and then it has ferocity behind it, so it can fight if it needs to. It shows all the emotions, and it captures all those emotions really well. So I think that we have Shamarel, the shaman Pokemon. Alright. With its psychic powers, it manages to control the vegetation in the forest by entering into symbiosis with it, has extensive knowledge of berries and plants, and often prepares healing ointments and potions for other Pokemon. So, seems something like Oranguru, but more lemur based. That would be cool if we got something like this instead of Oranguru. I don't know what the Passimian counterpart would have been, even though it seems like a mix between Oranguru and Passimian in its own way. So that's pretty interesting. Moving on, let's go and check out the bunny starter Pokemon. So I think what really sold this starter trio is that everyone was split on it. That it's not like there was one that was much better than the others, and I saw almost like an equal distribution of people that liked all the starters. The bunny one was my favorite. I didn't really care for the platypus one, and I was hoping that the evolution for the grass one would maybe get a little better, because I wasn't really sold on its kind of just too chill of a design for me, but a lot of people love that. A lot of people love the carefree grass lemur, and then other people are like, finally a platypus, yay! And I think there was actually less support for the bunny one. So again, like, it created the same exact discussion that you expect out of any official starter Pokemon trio. So going into the evolution looks a bit grown up. Also, I think we can see a style that's very similar with this artist. You know, as we get into that evolution, as we try to make a Pokemon grow up, just gets a little longer, gets a little loopier. It really just feels like a simply designed evolution of the previous form, and you know what? I'm a huge fan of that. One of my favorite things in Pokemon are second stage starter Pokemon that are simply designed, because I feel it just captures everything about the Pokemon adventure. And I'm thinking back to the second generation with this one. I started Cyndaquil, had Quilava, and I feel like Quilava is the perfect middle stage starter Pokemon, because when you think about it, you know, you're not at like super difficult trainers, but everything is improving. You're growing as a trainer, they're still growing as a Pokemon, so you don't need this over-the-top design. You don't need something that feels like it's about to get insanely powerful. It's still maturing, it's still developing, and I think that a simplistic idea really supports that instead of something that's trying to look cool or something that's already ready to get crazy and then evolve. I like Quilava because there's a lot of potential there. You know it's going to become something awesome, and you know that beast is going to carry you all the way to the championship, but you're both not there yet, and the trainers around you and the rest of the adventure, you still have a little bit of progression to go, and I really feel that with this guy. So I also see a couple of like Quilava aspects as well, going from like all fours to standing up, a bit dialed back on design. So what I feel that Game Freak is really good at is making a overly designed beginner Pokemon. That way you get an idea as to what this thing's going to become, dialing it back just a little bit to kind of cement the adventure, and then taking it to the next level. But unfortunately, I am not a fan of this final evolution, because we already have a sexy bunny in Lopunny. We already have a fox mage in Delphox, so we don't need a sexy bunny mage in Pokemon, because the elements already exist there. It feels a little too much like both of them, and I'm honestly not that much of a fan. Also, like, you know, pretty show-offy diva kind of Pokemon, we have Primarina, and I really like Primarina as well. Now, the art behind the Pokemon, still really well done. The concept is very strong as well. It's just not for me, and that is, again, like, this artist understands Pokemon so well, it's scary, because it always feels like that the starter Pokemon you like the most ends up having a final stage that you're not the biggest with, and then the one that you didn't like the most actually gets the coolest final evolution. Case in point, the water starter. So I wasn't sold on this guy. I think, you know, with the expressions he looked cute, but behind that, like, the Pokemon was trying to look as cute as possible in the concept art, but as a Pokemon itself, I was just okay with it. I really like the Fire Bunny more, and the Grass Lemur, I feel like there was a bit more potential with him. Maybe he would turn out to be cooler. So this one was actually my least favorite. Going to that second stage, damn, already cool. Like, it's just the Mohawk, man, or whatever, like, feathery stuff is going on in the back. It gets serious. It goes from cute to, hey, I'm ready to get strong, guys. I'm ready to fight. It has, like, the, I don't know. It feels more like Marsh Stomp into Swampert than Mudkip into Marsh Stomp, because Marsh Stomp still feels a little simple, a little dopey. There's all the, like, that Marsh Stomp meme going on. But this kind of feels like that step up that you would expect in evolution. Like, yo, I chose right, because this thing is about to destroy everyone. Still cute and curious, but also a bit of a serious Pokemon, and then going into that final evolution. Alright, I feel like we just got Greninja'd, boys. It's like, and then it's also like a assassin kind of stealthy Pokemon, so it has all this like fluff going on right here. Nope, Poison Spike behind it, Water Poison Pokemon. Pretty cool design, and then it's still got like ducky kind of floof going on behind it. I think it's cool. I really like how far and how extreme they took the design, but that's also something you can get away with water Pokemon. With water Pokemon, they're supposed to be swift in the water, so that's a lot of what their design shows. This feels like Mega Swampert-y, Greninja added in, little bit of Feraligatr. It's kind of cool, like, how much is actually here with this Pokemon. All the poses. Here I don't feel like here, or with the first evolution, I could see through the poses. With this one, they feel more genuine. It feels like it more fits the Pokemon, and then it really seals the deal. So I would have to say that this is my favorite final evolution, and then the grass one being in the middle. So the grass one kind of being in the middle the whole time, the fire and water having a flip, and that's just like the weird thing about starter Pokemon. Like Chespin, I feel a lot of people that love Chespin got severely disappointed. Like there's a lot of Chestnut fans. I can understand the validity behind Chestnut, but it seems like it was going to be cool. Quilladin, nah, Quilladin's just not good. Quilladin is just pretty dumb looking, but then Chestnut, alright, it kind of brought it back, but it shouldn't have gone that direction to begin with. I'd actually like to see, you know, some like Chespin evolution fan art, imaginary concept designs and stuff overall. But yeah, I think it could have worked if Delphox never existed, but then still too close to Lopunny and stuff. And at this point, the artist isn't trying to make something that people are going to be sold by, and that's why I was happy with this. The artist wanted to make the Pokemon that they wanted to make for these evolutions, because when you put something into a fake, you have to try to fool as many people as possible. You have to capture it in a way that feels realistic, but once those binds are gone, once you've given yourself away, you can start having fun with the design. Some of these do feel like they would naturally fit into Pokemon, like this lemur one, and the middle stage evolutions, but then, you know, you get that extra little bit of Fakemon touch in there, and you have a good time. So guys, enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.